Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Disappointing loss at Wyoming. I thought there was a couple plays in there, and you're probably sick of me saying that, but a couple plays in there that I felt if we would have made, it would have been a different game. We had 4 layups in the second half and missed 2 free throws in about a 6-minute stretch. That was the difference in the game. We got to the basket, didn't finish plays. Finishing plays and making plays has been a concern of mine with this team. And I thought it kind of reared its head in that second half at Wyoming. A couple tendencies in this 4-game losing streak we're on. Our first half defense has been around 40%. Our second half's been 44%. That's a problem. Free throw difference, our opponents in the losing streak, our opponents are getting 27 free throws a game, we're getting 16. That's a problem. We're making 12 free throws a game, our opponents are making 20 during the last 4 games. We've had more makes from the field than our opponent, and we've had more shots from the field than our opponent. So I think you can read between the lines where the games are being won and lost, and it's at the free throw line, and I think it's in our, I call it the fourth quarter defense, under 8 minutes. And got to work on it, got to get better. We have to sustain our competitiveness and our toughness through 40 minutes. It's that time of the year, and we're going to work to do that. We are going to keep practicing hard. I'm going to keep driving these guys. They're my guys. I'm proud of where we're at. I'm disappointed we haven't won. We have improved as a basketball team, and we are getting better. When you don't win, people don't think that. We have some things we have to clean up. We're going to work on those things. That's why we have practice. Any questions, I'll take them. Teams are getting the free throw line against us because of one-on-one defense, speed, and quickness. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. We need to do a better job of handling speed and quickness and driving at the end of the clock and driving late in the game. And, Mike, if we were down 30 field goal attempts from our opponents over those 4 games and the free throw disparity, we'd be losing by 30. So what I try to do is isolate what we need to get better at, and what it is fourth quarter defense and keeping people off the free throw line, one-on-one defense, continue to try to get shots in the half court, continue to try to run the ball and get some easy baskets, finish the plays we have, and we'll have a successful team. And when a team gets a free throw attempt, they don't get a field goal attempt. That's what you're trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
But they may be getting points out of it just the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you break it down, 20 made field goals, or 20 free throws made by our opponents and 12 for us, that's 4 baskets, right? Or maybe 2 3-points and a 2, whatever. It's 8 points. So, yep. And if you look at our games, that's been the margin for the most part. Between, we've been in a lot of 2 3 possession games. We've been in a lot of 1 possession games. And that 8 points has been the difference. Yeah, the intention of the starting lineup to me is to try to save a few fouls from Luke Neville in the first 4 minutes of each half. Have him play a 32-minute game with 5 fouls instead of a 40-minute game with 5 fouls. It's also to start the game defensively. Luka Durcha and Kim Tilley are my 2 best defensive players, and I just think that's the foundation that we got to have right now. And obviously I'd like to play Luke in the second half some. I'd like to play him in the last 8 minutes some. And I'd also like to have him in that middle of the first half when I think a lot of games the game settles down, the referees settle down, the coaches settle down, and the game kind of happens. And I think Luke's very productive in that middle of the first half time period when he's not sitting over with me. And if you watch our game against Wyoming, I mean, he was dominant at times, I thought. I'm so excited to have Josh Sharp in our program. He comes from a winning program, a terrific family. He's a 3.9 student, but he shares, I think, my feeling about the game. He's athletic, he's a defensive-minded guy, he's a competitive person, and he's going to be proud to have Utah across his chest. And I'm so thankful that he's in our program. He's been awarded a scholarship here, and what a great guy to continue to establish the foundation for what we're building. And again, from a great program in the state of Utah. I want to build this program with Utah kids. Probably won't ever have 13 of them on scholarship, but I want the best players in Utah to come to Utah. And I feel in Tavita and Sharp, we got the best 2 players in the senior class, and I'm thankful for them. Yeah, I was disappointed in that. We were not pressing the ball. We were not going to foul again. The clock was going to run out, and they threw a lob to Taylor, and I thought it was uncalled for. It's something that we would not do in our program, something that I don't believe in. I try to respect the game and respect my opponent. And, when those things happen, sometimes your players make a mistake. And when I asked Heath about it, he said I was telling him to pull the ball out. Well, he wasn't telling him to pull the ball out because we got it on film that he wasn't telling him to pull the ball out. And then he said in the paper that it was just a, instinctive play. Well, we don't have those kind of instincts around here. So, we'll see him again, and that's what's great about league play. But, we're going to run our program with class, and we're going to do it right. Mistakes will happen, and I just felt my team deserved an apology from him on that, and there was no remorse there, and there was no respect for the game. We don't believe in that here. So, but everybody has a different level and different standard of what they think is right. That's what makes the world go around. My relationship with Heath's been good. I've always reached out to Heath, both taking over programs that have had tradition and, trying to rebuild them. So I thought we had kind of a common bond there. And plus, this is a good rivalry, Wyoming-Utah. It always has been. So I thought it was, we both want to win. We both want to do well. I have, during the game, we had a good conversation, good banter. I thought the time went off on the clock. I told him, I said, Heath, I think some time went off on this clock. And, he thought we were trying to stall the shooter. What I was just trying to do was get the 3 or 4 seconds back on. And, he understood that. And he wasn't upset about it. I wasn't upset about it. I was just trying to do my job. My job's to try to get more time back on that clock. When there was a mistake made, there was a mistake made. And again, mistakes will happen. I think if he had to do it over again, he would have told his guys to pull the ball out. But, after the fact, I think you got to take ownership for it, and I didn't think they did that. But, it's over now. We're going to move on, and again, we'll see Wyoming again. Never know. Might see them next week.